How we doing, traders? Welcome to Money Mitch. Today is going to be one of those days that we're going to do a lot of stocks from the chat. We're going to look at industries. We're going to go shopping. But first things first, we need to find the right areas to go shopping in. We're going to look at a lot of industries and sectors. So stay tuned, hit the thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get Money Mitch started. It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch. What's going on, traders? How you doing out there in this market? I know it's a little bit tough. It hasn't been the best day, but that's why you're here. And that's what we're all about, right? We're going to go ahead and take a look at some market sentiment, see what happened today. What really is really going on is a lot of uncertainty right now. You know, one of the things that I've been seeing is that we did get this tech run, but what's next? Are we going to get a continued tech run? Are we going to get these growth stocks to come back into favor? What's going on? This is really the question I'm trying to answer myself. So don't blame me, guys. Let's go ahead and let's jump right in it. Let's get into the SPY first. Of course, the SPY kind of going on a red day, starting to pull down. You know, it went on up there towards 438s. Had a high today of 437.84. We're going to see if it holds this 435. It's looking like to me like we're going to get some pullback. Just the uncertainty in the overall market right now is pretty high. If we look here at the Qs, we could take a look at the Qs and you could see that, you know, hard turnaround and ugly looking candle today. Really, the question is, do we get back underneath this kind of resistance right here? And does 363 come back, or do we get a test back down towards the 360s? That's what it's concerning to me. If we get a test towards the 360s, I'm going to be worried about some of these tech names getting a big pullback. So we'll be paying attention towards that into the next day and seeing if the Qs are going to really hold here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what kind of industries moved today. Really, I mean, there's really nothing in the green since the open. And a lot of times I look at from the open, not necessarily where the stocks and the industries are looking and the index, but I want to see how it changed from the open. Did it go green? Did it go deeper into the red? That relationship to me matters greatly. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. We see a lot of things kind of turn back around. This is real estate first. We can look at utilities turning around. Basic materials turning around. Consumer cyclicals doing the same. Industrials, also a red day. Financial services even had a red day themselves. Healthcare, red day. Energy, red day. Community services, red day. Red days all around, guys. Even in technology, we had a kind of a sideways day, but it did end the day red here. So there is a couple of sector industries here that weren't looking too bad, like electronic gaming and multimedia. So definitely keep your eyes on that. I'm going to be watching those industries to see if they can hold their gains, but really taking a big hit in certain areas. I thought basic materials would be a good day. Thought aluminum would have a good day. And as you can see, aluminum not having a good day at all here. You could look at AA turning around there really quickly from that 37, coming back down towards the 35. And hey, you're going to be right sometimes and you're going to be wrong sometimes. But definitely right now, it does not look like a long time. And with that being said, you got to be careful with these because at the end of the day, we want to go ahead and try to make the most when we're moving up. There's going to be certain times in the market when the stocks are moving down, and we need to go ahead and be careful. A lot of times this is going to happen because, hey, at the end of the day, you know, there's no guarantee that the market's going to continue on its way up. And every time we get these extensions, the Qs have gone up 7 weeks. 7 weeks, guys, in a row. And with that being said, you know, it could always do a pullback, and you got to be careful for those moments, because one of the things that I always talk about is that you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. And a lot of that is going to be coming down towards realizing, hey, there's waves in this market. There's waves that go up and there's waves that come down. If you keep trying to fight when the waves come down, that's how you go ahead and you give the gains right back. So definitely going to go ahead and take a look here. All right, let's go ahead. So really, one of the things that I always look at is trying to find some industries that were looking better. Really, REIT offices weren't looking bad. It had 2 green days, and I was looking to see if some of these could continue moving on up, but definitely it not keeping that move. It's just not making moves up. And so I'm concerned about the overall market here, because I mean, at the end of the day, we're starting to look weak in a lot of areas. Gold up actually today. I mean, you know, that had to do with inflation, but I don't think gold really holds towards the name anymore. But we'll see if this can kind of keep moving. But a lot of areas that are not looking good, especially like, let's say, certain ones that are starting to crack down to the support. We could take a look at some of these, but even oil that I thought would have a good day didn't have a good day. So let me know if you guys found some stocks that had some good days and made some moves on up. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I'm going to bring up my Benzinga Pro to go ahead and try to find some movers that were in the green. Okay, so let's take a look here. If you guys got a stock you guys want me to take a look at, put it up in the chat. I'll take a look at it. All right, up on the day, of course, you got OSAT, but OSAT was just kind of one of those right into the pre-market and then cracking right back down. So definitely pay attention to that. What's up? What's up, Papa? You smelling that money? Beginners talking about TC. Yeah, TC always looks good. You know, at the end of the day, they even have a student discount for you students. If you guys want to check out TC 2000, that's the charting platform that you saw recently. But really, I want to see if we can really start coming back, because there's a lot of stocks that are struggling right now. And I mean, if I look at this gainers list, there's not a lot of names that stand out to me. You know, maybe you can look at Easy Go and kind of see this one kind of popping on up, but really there's no big names here, and I'm not really seeing a trend. And when I don't see a trend, that's when I start getting a little concerned about holding my money and not just putting my money out there. So right now I'm looking like I'm about a third in cash. I might move a little bit deeper into the cash. I do have some positions out there right now, but when there's times of uncertainty and I don't know where to go ahead and throw my money at it, I'd rather hold my money in my pocket and wait for that next wave or big discount to get in. Let's go ahead and take a look here in the chat. Catch up. What's up? What's up? All right. Looks like the only green for you for Chilled Monkey was AAPS. Let's take a look at Digital Turbine. Yeah, and even not the greatest day, right? I mean, I want you to have a good day, but at the end of the day, you know, big wick candle, right? Tried to get up there to 68 and rejected that level. That's APPS. BBIG. Look at these. If you notice, these are smaller companies that we're bringing up here. We're not talking about some bigger companies. And with that being said, that's what is concerning to me. I know Cannabis didn't have the worst day, but really not a big day. Look at these smaller names kind of making moves today. This is kind of a meme stock, Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear not having a bad day there, pushing on up there to the 17, 16, but really not my type of stock. You guys know it. I wouldn't be trading Build-A-Bear anytime soon. Let's go ahead and pay attention in the chat. What's going on? CRTD, not a bad one to mention here. I actually almost got this CEO to interview on Money Mitch, but I just felt it really wasn't kind of our vibe. But we'll pay attention to see if CRTD can really start moving. It went on up there to 750s, but as you can see, each time it goes up, it gives these gains right back. If you look at the hourly chart, it went on up, went all the way back. And so those kind of charts are kind of concerning to me, Jason, just because at the end of the day, I don't want to be caught in a move where I get in, let's say 750, and then the stock goes down $3 in one day. So you got to be careful with that, definitely. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. What do you think about the Roblox current setup? I'll take a look at Roblox. Right now, today's the day where if you guys got a stock, throw it at me, because I'm not going to give you guys a pick today. I normally have a pick that I feel confident in getting into. Today's one of those days where I'm going to sit on my hands and more watch, look for the stocks to start moving again, and then I can go ahead and jump back in. Sometimes you really need to just clear your head and look at what the market's telling you versus what you want the market to do. Okay, let's take a look here at Roblox. It got a sell rating and announced a 75 price target. So initial coverage. Let's go ahead and take a look here on the chart, see what we're seeing, and see if we can get a kind of a deeper look here on the daily chart, seeing where we're going to get it to. Really, this is kind of one of those stories where I think you're going in a sideways trend now. One of the things is you were in a big sideways trend here. Now you went up. Now you're starting this kind of sideways trend. The real question is it going to come back down towards the 80s and start kind of building this trend line look? So I think you might get a test where it comes back down closer towards these levels. And then this would be the concerning thing if I was in this one, because I could see it coming back down into the 80s. Little sneeze action there. As you guys can tell, allergic to this market. I can't handle it. Let me know in the chat if you guys are allergic to this market, because there's just not much out there right now. TSM's looking nice, Antonio. I'll definitely take a look. Let's take a look at Taiwan Semiconductors. This has to do with the chip shortage. Not a bad looking stock. Started to move on up there. And I like the volume that you're getting in this one. I was talking about this one for a while, but it really didn't make that move. Now you're really starting to see that lift. One of the things that I can clearly see on this map is on this chart is how 120 is going to be vital now on any pullbacks. If we can hold 120 on these pullbacks, I'd be looking for a continuation, trying to get it back up there towards 130s. 130s would be that next stop. The real question is, you're going to need kind of the semiconductors to continue its way on up for this TSM move to continue moving. But that volume shows something. There could be some kind of rotation being done with, let's say, higher price names that are making good moves up, like NVIDIA, and they're taking some profits in there, rotating them to TSM. So keep it on watch. Not a bad one mentioned by Antonio. I'll definitely give you a shout out there. Let's go ahead and just keep going. What about Playboy for long-term play? I mean, that's a long-term play regardless, because at the end of the day, the way I feel about SPACs is that that's what you're talking about. I mean, you're talking about a long-term play anyways. So just keep an eye on it. I would watch for the NFTs to come back out. These should have some new NFTs coming out soon. And that's really what happened there. I mean, this is what gave that run. Prior to the NFT was this run. And then once we got the NFT, you went sideways and actually started downtrending. So look for that next NFT release to be announced. And then once that's announced, you could get another lift in Playboy. TSM, yep, exactly what I'm feeling. The water is too flat to find a hidden gem. Market manipulation isn't allowing for good growth. I agree. I mean, this looks like what I call a day trader's market. You know, a day trader's market is going to be where, hey, yeah, you can make 10, 15% in one day, but swing trades aren't holding patterns right now. And at least we've been seeing a lot of these stocks that are setting up for great trades just not follow through. When I see moments like this, I hold on to the capital. And if I don't want to hold on to my capital, I'm at least going to lower my share size to minimize my risk. Of like always, guys, this is just educational advice, just to teach you guys how I attack things, not really investment advice. But it's always up to you guys to determine if you guys need to step out of the market. There's certain times where I feel I just need to sit on my hands, have some cash ready to go at it when I feel the market is coming back. All right, let's go ahead. What's up? What's up? How you doing out there, Chris? This market isn't really showing a lot of options right now. The only thing I did today was close CRM and open CNC. I can't blame you, Chris. I was actually looking at CRM the other day, and I got out of that one, stopped out before the move on up. But really, I mean, this is just how the market's been right now. There's not that many opportunities, and at least I wouldn't say there's that many high probability opportunities. And that's really what we always look for. What's going on? TSM earnings on Thursday. Noah, thank you for putting that out there. That's definitely important to mention. I let that slip there, but definitely I like that you mentioned that. Daniel, what about LOTS and UWMC? LOTS is not the worst one because I've been seeing kind of these. It's a seller's market right now in the car business, right? And so it's not the worst one to keep on watch, but look how bad this stock has been downtrending. Do you really want to be taking a stock that has been going down and down and down and down and down and down? I mean, that's kind of hard to go ahead and catch the bottom here. Now, you could try to catch that knife down here and see, hey, where can we hold? You know, we've had that big bottom at 437 and then below that towards 4. Are we going to hold towards those levels again? That's what I'd be paying attention to in LOTS. It just doesn't seem like a good uptrend to me for me to take a shot in that. UWMC, I'll take a quick look here. This is United Holdings. I mean, if they can't do good in this environment, when are they going to do good, Daniel? That'd be my question to you. This is a low interest environment where they should be doing a lot of contracts. But I think what you're really seeing is that even in this environment, they're not killing it out of the waters. And so, I mean, just watch WMC with a company like FOA, Finance of America. I kind of like this one better, but look, same kind of trend, downward trend, not holding those trends. And with that being said, the mortgage companies aren't looking the best. All right, there you go. What's up, guys? How we doing? Manos de papel in the house. You already know, Kevin, I jinxed it. Hey, if I jinxed it, man, I don't know what I got to do. If I got to start burning some sage over here, whatever I got to do, I'll start going and doing it, man, because at the end of the day, I want the market to go up. I got no problem with the market going down. I want us to continue to adding and stacking to our capital. So we'll see if this can kind of get out of the trade there. Great advice. I'm just trying to do me and give you guys how I truly feel today. I could be giving you guys some stocks, telling you guys I like this and this, but guess what? I wouldn't be being transparent. Sometimes I'm not going to have 10 picks to give you guys. Today's one of those days. So let's go ahead and take a look at some cannabis stocks being mentioned. News coming tomorrow. Hey, very much could come tomorrow. A lot of talk that, there's supposedly a bill going to be introduced to kind of legalize cannabis, but I'm not really feeling that it's going to happen. I think it's just talk. But with that being said, you did see it lift today in TLRY, and then it kind of just gave it back. The same thing that we see in a lot of cannabis stocks today, a big spike going into the open, but then giving it right back. I'll take a look here at a different stock to see how the cannabis stocks did. Also, Canopy Growth. Let's see how this one did. And as you can tell, into pre-market green, then red right into the open. So we're going to see if the news actually comes out to lift these stocks up. Because it went down so hard, it could bounce back tomorrow, but it needs that news. It needs that catalyst. If not, then I think these are heading back down towards deeper support. All right, catching up with the chat. What's up out there? Give me a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this. At the end of the day, I'm just sitting back, taking some stocks from you guys and going through it here. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we see out there. AAL is doing something funny in after hours. Thank you for bringing it up. Let's take a look. What's American Airlines up to? Let's take a look. Looks like shares of American Airlines are trading lower ahead of Delta's earnings report tomorrow. The sector has been volatile and investors are weighing renewed travel optimism. So really this has to do more than likely with that Delta earnings report that should be coming out tomorrow. Now, of course, earnings are confirmed 9 days from now on Thursday, July 22nd. Let's take a look here on the chart, seeing what we're seeing in the after hours, seeing if we're going to get kind of a push here. And as you can see, we really did get a push up. The question is, what's going to happen with this report from Delta? And if we're going to get a great report or we're going to get a bad one. One of the things that you can clearly see is this stock just topped out there at 26 AAL, and they could not get back there. I thought we'd catch a bounce here near these supports. So that is one that you can kind of keep on radar. I haven't gotten confirmation either way. I even almost took CCL on Friday before, we kind of went into the weekend, but I'm still not seeing the hold that I need to see. Like if we look at CCL, the Carnival Cruise Line, And look, I was going to get in at 24. I would have been stuck right there. I would have held to this low and probably stopped out today. Low 22.84 today, 22.82. More than likely would have stopped out on that position here on CCL. So we got to pay attention. We're going to see how these kind of continue moving, but definitely not the best market, even for reopening trades right now. I know you like gambling. What do you think about GNOG? Possible breakout soon. So gambling, I really think that it's all going to come down towards the NFL season and if we're going to get a push back in that timing. So with that being said, I would look for another kind of push down towards this support, but not breaking that support right there that you got in GNOG. You got a big push on up, a big candle, bullish engulfing. Let it come back down, maybe about halfway, 1150s in that area. That's what I'd want to see it hold. Definitely not coming back down and testing 1107. We wanted to see it hold there and really start pushing back up. But with GNOG, I always say, watch the leaders in gambling, like Penn. Penn, we really needed to find a bottom. It still hasn't been able to find that bottom. Keeps testing down here and testing lower and lower levels. The question is, when do we get that big reversal in Penn? And the day that I see that is the day that I'd go shopping in just about all the gambling stocks. And just to give you another one there to keep on watch there, just one that I'm watching is Bally's. That's BAL. And I'm looking for this one to balance out here near 50s and then really start pushing back on up through the 50s and push through 60s, then getting up there to 64s. This one's on my radar for those gambling stocks, Papa, just to mention another one for you there, and GNOG. All right, there you go. Get some tacos. Taco Tuesday. Honestly, today might be a day that it might be better to get tacos in your local taco shop than get tacos in the market, but we'll just keep talking about that. Stay away from the Canadian cannabis companies. They only produce boof. Well, really, I mean, at the end of the day, the Canadian cannabis companies are just debt cows. They're holding their debt. They know it. They're pushing, but they're holding their debt. What do you think about any? All right, I'll take a look at any. I've seen this stock before. Spear 3D, looking like it's on a pullback now. One of the things that you can clearly see is multiple highs trying to break out of it. So these wicks, I would draw that immediately and say, all right, so as long as we can hold kind of a resistance and make it become a new support. So when we broke out from right here, we have a resistance, right? That's what I want to see it pull back to and then hold to get on out. So let's go ahead and I can go ahead and kind of show you this. Let me draw this look here. So now that we've gone through that line, right, and you got a nice breakout through, one of the things that I'd be looking for is if you could get a pullback towards that line and then a curve out of that line, because the next time you come through this line, you should be able to get through it and get a good lift on through it. So let's see if that can go ahead and happen there in any, if it can hold that pattern and get that volume push on up through that level, which is pretty much the 380s. But let's see if it holds around the $3 price point or 280s on any pullbacks. What about Penn? Penn we just talked about, but let's go ahead. Taco flavored kisses. Oh no. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. What's going on, guys? How we doing out there? United Mortgages, so they make money in high interest environments too. Yeah, I agree that it's not that they can't make money in high interest environment, but that's when they should be able to get the volume out, right? And United Mortgage is what? What type of mortgage company is United Wholesale Mortgage? You're talking about a numbers one that needs tons of contracts. That's what their game is. Their game is not just to make these high contracts. They're to go ahead and get those volume. And you get the most volume in low interest times. All right, let's go ahead and let's keep it going. What about SOS? SOS being mentioned in the chat. We got about 4 minutes left, guys. So definitely start spamming those tickers in the chat. I don't care. We're having some fun today. Smash the thumbs up. Put some stocks up there. DKNG. Someone's asking me CCIV, SOS. Let's go ahead and run through some of these right quick. SOS is always the one that I find funny just because of the name. I mean, SOS just sounds like it's going downhill, but as you can tell, this one also downtrending, coming back down to big supports. Use your monthly on a stock like this. And then one thing you're going to see is that it has a huge support that you were running into. And then after that level, below it is a big drop down towards the $1 level. So just be careful with this one. You've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of straight red. Look for that green month. Don't just jump into stocks because you think they're going to go green. Sometimes it's best to get a confirmation look. If you do take attempts, I always say you start small, 1/3 or 1/5 of an entry position when you're trying to catch the bottoms, because this is very much how you can easily get hurt catching the falling knife. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. I see that spam coming through. I love it. Love it. Hit the like while you're at it. All right, let's go ahead. SPCE definitely on the struggles. That one might bounce back. I saw it getting towards the support, guys, so I'll just say a quick comment on it. We'll see if that one can bounce. A lot of movement after hours pre-market. It doesn't move intraday very often, so pay attention to that. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. MO, big MC. MO wants to know about Altria. Altria, let's see what's going on the monthly. This is a bigger stock that doesn't move that fast. One of the things is you did see it come out of this 40 area. The question is, are we coming back towards that support here, towards the 40? That's what I'd be paying attention to. I don't really see this one really jumping out to me. But one thing I can tell you is that it's on the retrace. The question is, will it stay within this? So you could clearly see these kind of wicks, right? Draw a line. Then from the top, draw a line. So now you're stuck within this kind of symmetrical triangle. You need to either break down and then look for a short on the downside, or let it see it hold this, maybe even test slightly below, but come quickly right back to that resistance. All right, guys, got about 2 minutes left, so I think I can get 1 or 2 more stocks in. Taco, CCIV making moves. Man, I was so upset about CCIV. I was up pretty big on this one when it was at 30, but it just kind of gave back. And guess what? I broke even on the rest, guys, because at the end of the day, that's what I like to do. Break even versus have a big winner turn into a loser. That's how I really screw up my mental capital. So I always tell myself, I'll break even, get back in it. You can always get back in a name. The one thing you can't do is get back losses. All right, guys. So one thing I'm going to tell you guys right now is that we did turn around hard from that 28. Now we've had these 3 resistance. Now I really need to see it get above these levels so that we can get that hold rip out. Really, this one's all about kind of later in the month. I think July 22nd is the day that we switch on over. I'm going to be watching this one to see if it can break out through 27, 23, and we'll see if it gets up there to 28 again and really starts lifting. That's CCIV. All right, guys, that's going to probably do it for me. Up next, you guys got Cannabis Insiders. That's why I didn't go too crazy about Cannabis. So if you guys want to talk about Cannabis, guess what? You got a show all about cannabis stocks coming on up. If you guys want to talk American MSOs, what do you guys want to talk about? We'll definitely stick with Cannabis Insiders. Up next, I'm even going to hang out. So if you guys want to talk to me, come on over to the show. I'll be in the chat and we could talk all about some cannabis, and we'll see if cannabis can make it in 2022. That's the year that I feel we get federal decriminalization. And once that happens, then that market is just going to go booming. So we'll see if that happens and gets moving. You have a good one, Tammy. It's good to see you in the house. I love to see all the new faces. Stick with us, Sarah. We appreciate you guys being here. That's what the show's all about. Let's stay at it. Let's keep at it. Planet 13. Yeah. That's I call it the Apple store of cannabis. So we could talk a little bit about Planet 13. I definitely would love to talk about that stock. Papa, you already know. Beginner, Richard, Antonio, Ben. You guys, I appreciate you guys. Up next, Cannabis Hour. Hit the thumbs up. We'll be back, guys, on Friday. If you guys don't want to go ahead and wait all the way until Friday to hear from Money Mitch, stick around. There's a podcast, guys. Daily podcast watch list that I'm giving out under 3 minutes on just about anywhere you can find podcasts. Look up Money Mitch Daily Watch List. That's how you'll go ahead and find it. Check it out, and I'll see you guys next time on Money Mitch.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money